look, I mean, beyond anything else, like you're a dad, right? Like I'm a dad, like that, trying to even like begin to imagine that process, and you deal with it all the time. I mean, and like we've known people in our lives, people that we're really close with who have lost kids. Like, we've lost friends when we were young. And you talked about last time something that really stuck with me, people who sort of can kind of like handle that kind of process the best, for lack of a better word, and you talked about people who like really have a close relationship with God or with religion. They normally can sort of like deal with that process better. Can you just speak a little bit more to like sort of, folks who have suffered losses like that, and things that maybe an example of something that you've just been really in awe of, or you really admired the way that somebody handled it? And can you also, I don't know, for folks that might be facing it or folks that are going through it, something that sort of things you got to beware, or things that go the other way?
I'm not sure I have any kind of brilliant wisdom for coping mechanisms. A lot of folks have a hard time connecting to something bigger purposes, whatever it may be, right? It's, our sort of faith in institutions is less. Our faith in religion a lot of times is less. And I do find that families and people who kind of can see the world with a bit of perspective in terms of purpose tend to find a little bit more peace after this, after losing somebody. I think there is an unimaginable loss for all these folks, and you can't make the loss less. It's not that the loss becomes less, but I do think folks who are able to see, whether it's, religion is an easy one, but there are others. And I find that people, there's a kid who was sort of a diehard baseball player who passed away. And it's like, is baseball, for most people walking in and talking about baseball when they just lost their kid, is like connecting to baseball would be silly. I mean, we have to remember, we always forget that like the thing that a kid loves, they love as much as the thing you love now most. So you think about how you think about your kids, how much you love your kids, what you would do to protect your kids. Like a 12-year-old who loves baseball would do that much for baseball.
Yeah.
And that's like, I mean, that it sounds so silly, but it is like, that is their connection to baseball. It is their life, or whatever their passion is. And so, when a kid who passes away, when the focus can be a connection to something bigger, and the family, the kid's brother, they found enormous peace in connecting with their baseball community, right? They got involved as coaches and volunteers and raised money to name the field after the kid. And that doesn't kind of lessen the loss.
Of course.
But his life to them goes on through that. And so I think there's a connectivity to purpose and kind of finding that passion that works better. And sorry, it's a long answer to a short question, but I think like the caution side is maybe about